Okay, each one of these galaxies has typically a few hundred billion stars, and there are 150 billion galaxies that we could photograph. So that's a big number. That's the number of stars in the visible universe. That's 10,000 billion billion, for those of you who don't like the notation. Now, what we know now that we didn't know even a year ago is that most of these stars have planets, right? I occasionally talk to Jeff Marcy here in San Francisco, who has found more planets than any other hominid, and I ask him every year, I say, so Jeff, if you had perfect telescopes, what fraction of stars do you think would show planets? And he says 70 or 80%. Okay? And in astronomy, 70 or 80% is the same as all. In astronomy, pi is equal to 1. Okay, so there you go. Now, that means in our galaxy, you'll never see this from San Francisco, but you can see photos of it. In our galaxy, there are roughly 1 trillion planets. And while most of those will be worthless, like Mercury or Neptune, which never have been big in your life, it can't be that all of them are worthless. But the facts are that astronomy has a long history of believing in miracles and being wrong every time it did. Like we're the center of the cosmos, or the sun is the center of the cosmos, or even that the Milky Way is the center of the cosmos, something that was believed only 100 years ago. Okay, well, that's a lot of planet pleasure, but the question is, what fraction of those planets had the kind of salubrious climate that we have here on Earth? And the answer to that is, we don't know the answer to that. But we're trying to find out. I mean, the Kepler Space Telescope, which was in the news this week because it's got mechanical problems, but there's still plenty of data to come in, is tasked with finding out what fraction of stars, like the sun, have a planet that might be like the Earth. We found 9 worlds that could have liquid water on the surface, could have an oxygen or some sort of thick atmosphere. So those are the habitable worlds, 9. The total number of planets that has been found that are confirmed, that are known to be real planets, is roughly 900. So what does that say? 1% of planets are sort of like the Earth. 1% is a lot in a galaxy with 1 trillion planets, okay? Now, if we want to find not just life in space, because, you know, there are a lot of attempts to find life in space. We have rovers going to Mars. They're not looking for life, but they will soon. There are 6 other places in the solar system that might have the conditions for life, just in our own backyard. But if you want to find the kind of life that you see in the multiplex on the weekends, the kind that can hold up its side of the conversation, you have to use SETI, all right? You have to do something that finds intelligent life. This idea occurred more than a half-century ago to this guy, Frank Drake. He still works at the SETI Institute. He used this antenna in West Virginia. It's a photo I made about 1.5 years ago. It's still there. It's still working. People never thought much about red dwarfs as habitats for aliens, and the reason was they had small habitable zones. And a habitable zone, what is it? Is there a habitable zone in New Jersey? Yes. You see, those are small stars at the bottom, sun-like stars at the middle, bright stars at the top, and the green area around there, and this is just high school geometry, the green area is that distance from the stars where a planet could have liquid water on its surface. And you'll notice for the dim stars, it's very narrow. There's no magic in that. It's just geometry.